Conservative commentators have praised Trump for standing firm where previous administrations, both Republican and Democrat, opted for appeasement. They believe that short-term sacrifices are necessary to rebuild American self-reliance. Critics, however, see a dangerous gamble. Economists warn of inflation, recessionary pressure, and a weakening dollar if the trade war spirals further. Business groups, especially in retail and technology, are lobbying against the tariffs, saying they will hurt profits, reduce hiring, and force layoffs. Agricultural groups are also on edge, remembering the billions in losses during the first round of the trade war when China halted purchases of U.S. soybeans and corn. Many fear that farmers could again become collateral damage in this economic conflict. Global allies have also expressed concern. The European Union and key partners in the Asia-Pacific region have urged restraint, fearing that the escalation could derail global recovery efforts following recent economic slowdowns. Some worry that Trump's move will embolden other countries to adopt similar protectionist policies, potentially unraveling decades of progress in building a cooperative global trading system. However, Trump remains unfazed. His administration argues that the global system has failed to protect American interests and that a hard reset is necessary. The president has often pointed to the massive trade deficit with China as evidence of structural imbalance and has long argued that China's rise has come at America's expense. In his words, this is about reasserting control, restoring fairness, and ensuring that the American worker is never second class again. There's also a political dimension to this escalation. With national elections on the horizon, Trump's base sees the tariff move as proof that he delivers on promises and isn't afraid to take bold, decisive action. It's a message that resonates deeply in communities that feel left behind by globalization and distrust traditional political elites. This tariff, like many of Trump's actions, is both policy and political theater, an effort to dominate headlines, define the narrative, and force opponents to respond on his terms. At the same time, the broader public remains unsure. Polls show that while many Americans agree that China is a threat and that the trade relationship needs reform, there is skepticism about tariffs as the best approach. Concerns about inflation, job losses, and economic instability temper support for Trump's aggressive posture. The challenge for the administration will be managing the fallout while convincing the public that long-term gains will outweigh short-term pain. In this high-stakes chess match, much depends on how China responds. If Beijing retaliates aggressively, the trade war could spiral into a prolonged economic conflict with global consequences. If it opts for a more measured response, perhaps waiting to see the political winds shift in the U.S., the situation could stabilize, though tensions would remain high. In either case, the era of calm, rules-based globalization appears to be fading fast.